Oh, holy macaroni. What's a beast?
You home? Woo, woo. You, Moby Dick. He's on my back. What are you doing, Kaido? Woo! You can see there's about 3 buttons right there. Look how thick, too. The world's most dangerous venomous snake. Look at that. Look how crazy that is. He's literally hooding up like a cobra. What is going on? I got this big old package from Predatory Fins. We got a nice big rescue fish we're gonna bust out. I heard this is like the white whale. Ooh, you can hear it moving in the box right now. Let's get him down. I'm by myself, so let's see how we can do this. This box is huge and heavy. Apparently this fish is gigantic. Literally, Rod was saying this is a white whale, and when it would bounce around the box, it was shaking the van. So let's see what's going on with this big beauty. Thank you very much, Predatory Fins, aka Rod, my good friend who used to be down here in Florida running his fish store and exhibit. And he's over in New York right now. He's gonna be opening up a big aquarium pretty soon. And he has his fish business. So you guys want exotic, crazy fish from around the world, he's your man. He can get you anything as long as it's legal in the state that you come from. So right here is a big rescue fish. We gotta take him down and acclimate him with the lake water so we can release him. Let me just try to get this big old box. You say it's a white whale, so I got my white knife for the white whale. Oh, all right, let's unbox it. Oh, this is heavy. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, let's see what we got cooking here. Just get my old country feed store knife. There we go. Beautiful. Let's see how this fish is doing. I hear it sloshing, so I know it's not dead. It should be okay. Look at this. Look how crazy this guy looks. This thing's huge. Big, beautiful iridescent shark. Real simple acclimation. Just taking lake water and slowly pouring it in there over half an hour or so. So this guy can get nice and acclimated to that water quality. Look at him. Look at this guy. He's huge. This is gonna be the biggest iridescent shark in the pond. He wasn't kidding. This is the white whale. We're gonna have to name him Moby Dick. Look at that thing. All right. I don't want to stress him out. I'll get back to you guys as soon as he's done acclimating. But look at him. Wow. It's a type of catfish, but they call them iridescent sharks because they're in the shape of a shark when they swim. That is awesome. I've been wanting an albino one or leucistic. I can't really. Gotta get a look at those eyes. Maybe it's albino. Comment below what you all think. Hold on, fish experts. Comment about his white whale. One more bucket going. There we go. Get that fish nice and acclimated. Look at this big white whale. Beautiful white catfish in this white box that I had to cut out of the box with this here white knife. Woo. Here we go, boys and girls. We got the white whale from the white box, and he just needs to acclimate to his new environment. We're gonna put him right here into this pond. Let's go, baby. Look at that fish. Wow. All right, let's do this nice and easy like. Nice and easy like. Don't go nowhere. Oh, come on. You ready, buddy? You ready? Go get him. Beautiful. There he goes. Look at that beautiful white whale. Watch him swim. A beauty of the deep. Wow. Look at that. You! Moby Dick! Let's go. On a day's work of rescuing fish. It ain't easy. It ain't hard. It's kind of average, but I do it because I love it. Big shout out to Predatory Fins. Thank you so much for always sending me these rescue fish and never trying to charge me for any of this stuff. He knows they're going to a good home. So if you guys know that you have a fish that's outgrown its tank, hit up Rod from Predatory Fins or hit me up here in Florida. But if you go to Rod, oh, there's the white whale. Just came up for a breath. All right, beautiful people. We're gonna be cleaning some enclosures today. I fed not too long ago, so I gotta make sure everyone's good to go with fresh water, clean exhibits. And first off is the black mamba. This is the little black mamba that I hatched out last year. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's be real careful. Look how long this snake is. This is literally the second longest venomous snake in the world. And him being a male, he'll get really big. They actually get around 14 feet long, as thick as a Coke can. Look at that. Look at him. Let's see if he'll flash that mouth for us. Look how fast he is when he strikes. He is an intense snake. Look at that. He's literally like going on 3 feet already. So he's already eating button quail. He's eating rat pinks. He's doing really good. I just gotta be so careful. He is such a defensive little mamba, just like his dad is. And what I just need to do is gently hook him over here. Look, he's actually hooding up a little bit. Because he's in the same family as cobras, they actually flatten out like a little hood around their neck, and they'll actually arch up like a cobra and flare that mouth at a predator to deter them. Look, ooh, he is no joke. You know what? I'm actually gonna have to move this tank for a second. Ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look what he's doing. Look at that. That's why they're called black mambas. Look at the black interior of the mouth. Look at that, look how crazy that is. He's literally hooding up like a cobra. How nuts. Look at that, that is insane. Oh! All right, we're gonna put the black mamba right into the holding receptacle. Nice and safe. Little danger to me. One bite from a black mamba and you can go unconscious within a few minutes. So you gotta be real careful. I just wanna do a deep clean on the enclosure. I'm gonna take out this mulch and get some fresh mulch in there. You can see he's shedding like crazy, growing. The elapids have a very fast metabolism. So they go through food very quick, especially when it's hot, like summertime, like now. So I'm gonna clean this up and I'll show you guys in a split. You know what? I'm done doing the split. I'm sick of it. My balls hurt. Cut. Alrighty, my beautiful people. Let's get this little black mamba out of there. And this is the one that I actually named Dingo after Dingo Dinkelman. His father was donated by Dingo Dinkelman about this size. Whoa! And he, you know, his father's like 8 to almost 10 feet right now. He's gone huge. I've had him for probably like 5 years. So big shout out to Dingo Dinkelman and the Dinkelman family. I love him and I miss him. I think about him all the time. Look at this guy. Dude, the tenacity of this snake. Look at that. Look at him putting up. Woo! Look at that. Oh, do you see that? Wow. Mambas are super cool. I love these snakes, but man, they are the most dangerous snakes in the world to handle. There's no sugarcoating it. These snakes, if you let your guard down, if you get too comfortable, they will bite you in the face. And if you get bit by this species, I can tell you what, you got a very slim chance of surviving if there's not antivenom right next to you. So let me just put this right here. Get this secure. Little papers in between the little slots where you put wires. It's snake proof, but just to be extra safe, we do that. Locked and secure. Little, look at this, look at his face. Look at the mouth. You gonna show that mouth off? Whoa, whoa! Black mamba. All right. I'll be honest with you guys. I avoid handling Kobe as much as possible. I do the maintenance that's necessary, but I don't take him out and handle him like I do with the king cobras, because he's not like Allison. Allison, my other black mamba that unfortunately passed, she was much more laid back. She was easy to deal with. She didn't have a hectic personality. Every animal in the world has its own personality, whether it's a crocodile, a bear, a person, an owl. They all have different personalities. Some very sweet, some manic, just crazy, bitey, defensive animals. Kobe's a very defensive animal. I got a lockbox right there on the floor. I'd like to get him to go into that lockbox without having to try to put him in a can, because you can't really can black mambas. It just doesn't work. They shoot up out of the can and try to bite you in the face. So I'm gonna move this away. I'll have this ready just like that, just in case. I'm gonna use my big snake hook. Midwest Tongs, the best manufacturer of snake hooks and tongs and whatnot. He is no joke. This snake is a monster. I love this guy, but he is absolutely dangerous. I love these big hooks though. They really make it a lot better when handling these larger venomous snakes. You know, a lot of people think I free handle everything. Whoa! A lot of people think I just free handle everything, but the fact is 95% of the time I use snake hooks. I do not like playing games with these animals. I love working with certain species a lot, like king cobras, because they're easier for somebody like me to handle. But when it comes to black mambas and really just black mambas, they're just so dangerous. You got to really restrict the amount of time you do with handling, because the more you expose yourself to a black mamba, the more likely you're gonna have an issue. Look at that. He's going right into the box. Whoop! Get him into the box. Come on. Get that tail in there. The cool thing is we can see from up top what he's doing. Okay. Woo. Black mamba secure in the box. Look at that. The world's most dangerous venomous snake to handle. Second longest in the world, getting 14 feet long. Probably top 20 most venomous. If you get bit, you'll drop unconscious within a couple minutes. And just a really, really cantankerous personality, a really defensive animal. Being from Africa, you have to be defensive or you're gonna end up on the food chain. Whew. He's dangerous. All right, I'm gonna clean and take a deep breath and get old Zen. Not Zen, you want a Zen? All right, so what I'm gonna do now, that the cage is all clean, I'm gonna stack these boxes to layer them. So I'm stealing this idea from a really clever snake keeper I met in Australia, where he takes all the shift boxes and he stacks them like 3 to 4 high, and he has different substrates so the animals can hide at different temperatures, layering them. So this clear box will be right here at the bottom, and then the big box that's dark will go on top. Now it's layered, and it can choose what temperature it wants to hide at. Now, I gotta unlock that box. So we're gonna unlock it, but open it with a hook. There we go. And now we can safely get this closed up and open up that box for him. There we go. Now he can do what he wants. He's got multiple places he can hide now and feel nice and comfortable, just so it's easy on him. And I'm gonna lock this baby up and secure it, because here in the state of Florida, to have venomous snakes, you have to have a license, and that license requires you to have snake-proof cages, snake-proof building, locked and labeled enclosures, bite protocol, disaster plans for hurricanes, all these different things. All right, so we got the Mang Viper right here, and I do not want to make any mistakes because there's no anti-venom for this species. If you get bit here in Florida, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble, especially because it's gonna mess with your blood. And I don't want a blood transfusion, so let's be real careful about that. So this Mang Viper's actually been doing great. It eats every time I offer it food. It's been shedding like crazy. Look how sexy that snake is. Critically endangered Mang Viper. Look how beautiful this snake is. And you can see right there on that tip of the tail, they got a beautiful lure that's bluish and yellow. And they'll just stick that lure right around their head and point it straight up in the air, and they just wiggle it. So a bird will come over and they can bite right into that bird and make a meal out of it. I really would like to get out to China one day and see these guys out in the wild, but that might have to be a little bit later because I'm raising a lion up right now and I can't go out of town. Look how beautiful. He's hissing. Hear that? Beautiful snake. And they get pretty big. They actually get around 8-9 feet long. So you can imagine viper that big venom yield. And what's really interesting is they say there's like around 300 in the wild, but look at this snake one more time. If you're on a mountain full of moss, you think you can figure out how many snakes are on that mountain? There could be 1,000, you don't know. And that's why the Chinese government needs to hire me to do surveys in China. Don't worry, I got you. Oh, Cobra. Anyways. All right, we got a nice clean enclosure. Let's take out the Mang Viper. Come here. Oh boy. Oi! Did you see that? This snake hook's not long enough. Here we go, come on. Whoa! I don't know if that's coming out on camera, but this thing is striking like crazy. That is a gnarly snake. Relax. Beautiful though. I love Mang Vipers. It took me a while to get my own Mang Viper. I wanted to wait for a good deal because, you know, they used to go for so much money. When I was younger, people would try to sell them for like $10,000 to $15,000 a piece. People struggle to breed them because they go into such a cold winter when they go into hibernation, which triggers them to ovulate for breeding. So only a few people in America have produced them, but they produce them out in Europe and whatnot all the time. What are you doing? You want to go back inside the enclosure? Snappy? I still haven't named this snake, so anyone with good name suggestions for a Chinese viper that looks like moss, comment below what I should name that beautiful snake, because this snake is an icon. I'm really happy to have him in the collection. All right, I thought I'd give you guys a little update on the albino eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. That's one of them. We got the other one right here. They're doing really good. They're looking real thick. I'm proud of these guys because at first they were very finicky eaters, which is really common for baby rattlers. They tend to only want to eat live, and sometimes they don't eat anything for a while. Naturally, reptiles, when they're born, they won't eat for a couple weeks or so just because they're living off that yolk in the body. But look how sexy these albino eastern diamondbacks are. Look how thick too. So they're eating really good. They're on guard like crazy because they have these big holes in the front of their face called heat-seeking pits, making them a pit viper. So they just see a big warm-bodied image. So they see like Predator does in the Alien versus Predator movies. And I just look like a big fireball. So they're on guard as can be. But now that they've shed at least three times, they've produced their own rattles so they can make that rattling sound. If you look really close, you can see there's about 3 buttons right there. And when they're first born, because they don't come out of eggs, they're actually live birth animals. When they're first born, they don't have a rattle. So every time they shed their skin, they add a new section of rattle. So after 3 times of shedding, now they have these beautiful rattles on them to let me know that they're a little bit upset. But look how beautiful they are. Oh, no, my keys, I need my keys. All right, we got the Gaboon Viper, left a big spice you need, bowl. I'm sorry. So we're gonna take this big old Gaboon out. Ooh, are you going through shed? Wow, it's so crazy because this snake is going through shed, but looks beautiful. I mean, look at the colors on this snake. For an animal deep in shed with those bluish eyes, just amazing looking. Iconic Gaboon Viper, world's longest fangs of any venomous reptile, and they have the most venom in one bite compared to any other venomous snake in the world. More venom in one bite than a king cobra, which is the world's biggest venomous snake, enough venom to kill a bull elephant. So you could definitely safely say that this snake could kill a bull elephant with one bite. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Beautiful snake. Just gonna gently move that snake into the horn receptacle. Look at that. Time to clean the spicy meatballs. Hold on, Z. As you can see, we got a big turd right there we gotta take out, but look at this. A fang that fell out right at the corner of the mouth. So I gotta be careful, because just in case there's still venom, but look at that. This snake's not even close to being full grown. And it's got a massive hypodermic needle for a fang. I'm gonna take that and keep it in my fang collection. Yes! Yippee! All right, let's get serious. All right, beautiful people. We're gonna put this gaboon right back. Got a nice clean enclosure. Such an awesome snake. I've loved these snakes since I was a little kid. The passion for venomous snakes has been my whole life. Even though I love crocodilians, they're my first love, I've always been obsessed with venomous snakes. I used to just steal my parents' phone and be on the phone looking up snakes and try and use the computer to look up different venomous snakes from around the world. I've always just been drawn to them. They're always the most beautiful out of all the snakes for obvious reasons, warning colors and things like that. I love that snake so much. All right, let me decon my equipment with my chlorhexidine, just like that, so we don't contaminate, spread germs. I thought I'd let you guys in on a little more of what I do in between scenes, because I chop these videos up to the point so you can see all the action. But then you get people who are freaking out in the comment section going, you don't decon, you don't do this, you don't do that. There's a lot of things I do, but I don't film everything. So I'm just gonna decon this right here, and I'll see you guys in a moment. All right, Skittles, the Ethiopian cobra, the least pleasant snake. No, not high. She in the lip? Uh-oh, where is she? Is she in the ground? Oh God, where is she? Is this her right here? Oh, there she is. Oh my God, she was underground. Sneaky girl, she just finished shedding. Whoa, so she looks really pretty, but she's pretty dangerous. So I gotta be super careful with her, because this snake next to Justina is one of the nastiest snakes in the collection. And being an African cobra, they have a nasty cocktail of venom that won't just drop your heart, they'll eat your flesh too. So it's not just neurotoxic, but cardiotoxins, cytotoxins, all the toxins that'll just end you. Look at that beautiful, let me come over here so you can see the face, look at that. Look at this snake. What a gorgeous, look at that, look at that. What a cool snake. Woo! Too hot, hot damn. Called the police of the fire. Come on, look at you, cranky girl. My buddy has a couple males. He was talking about sending the males over here so we could breed her. I might do it once, but I gotta make sure I have homes lined up so we don't just get stuck with a bunch of cranky cobras. She's spicier than that spice at the Italian restaurant you put on pizza. I won't put it on my pizza because it's too spicy. That's what that girl is. All right, we got a nice clean enclosure. Oh my goodness, this snake is very, look at this, like a little king cobra. Super defensive snake. Always ready to go. Nice and easy, mama. Old Skittles. She's just so sweet. And she wants to taste the rainbow, buddy. There we go. Nice and easy. That was pretty smooth. Smooth as it can go with a cranky Ethiopian cobra. Oh no. Oh no. Gotta get that mulch out of there because it's not letting the glass close all the way. All right, this should work now. Grazie, grazie. Oh, ay, Dios mio. Old Pepe, my buddy, my friend that he doesn't know that we're friends. Big, beautiful rattler from a facility that didn't want him anymore. He's just massive. Look at that. That's a big ass rattlesnake. A lot of venom, a lot of girth. Look at that. That's a girthy boy. Get him right into there. There we go. Look at him, he's huge. He's a thick boy. Look at that rattle too. Great looking rattle. All right, I'm just gonna close it. I'm gonna clean up all this spicy meatballs. Thick boy. Look at that. What a massive rattlesnake. He's ready to go back. Whoa! Holy macaroni! What a beast! That's absolutely insane. Whoa. Yikes! There we go. Nice big hook. Gotta use a hook at all times. Get up in there. Don't break the rattle. Come on. All right. Close that up. Put a lock on that thing and secure it. Kaido! Let's go. Let's go. Run, Kaido. Run. Run. Find Moby Dick. Find Moby Dick. Well, I don't see Moby Dick. Seems like he's somewhere in the back of the pond. We have all the giant catfish though. Got a big red tail. It's got Kaido. Kaido. He's on my back. He's on my back. What are you doing, Kaido? Moby Dick has adjusted nicely to his new pond, and everyone's pretty happy out here. Right, Kaido? Oh, no. What are you putting in my shirt? Oh, there's no clams in there. All right, beautiful people. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, appreciate the clams your son gets for you. Thank you for the clam. Kaido, you want it back? Kaido, you can have it back. You can have it back. Here you go. Enjoy. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful. Follow your dreams, Kaido. Even if it means just collecting clams. All right, beautiful people. I'll see you on the next one. Stay beautiful, stay safe, and most of all, do what you love in life. And watch out for the storm, baby. It's brewing. It's not that bad, but it's brewing. Bye. You! Moby Dick!